Spending too much time on social media, like Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, is a problem, but too much varies from person to person. Spending too much time on social media, like Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, is a problem, but too much varies from person to person. And thirdly, social media makes me feel like I can't and will never be able to keep up. It is making me extremely upset/depressed. Thursdays when social media really inspires me. Then there's days like today that make me feel miserable and worthless and like a failure. Researchers have been trying to find out since the early 2000s, when the first studies on social networking media emerged. The field really ramped up. Are social media making you depressed? Social media can isolate people. Scrolling through my news feed can actually make me feel incredibly depressed. Social media also appears to be stressing people out. Another 2017 study looked at 18-to 22-year-olds and how social media impacted their anxiety levels. Why social media is making you miserable. European Union might kick the majority of teens off social media. How social media is making me a creeper. Social media can be a force for good, but you need to be careful how you use it. Most of us have been there, stuck in social media's cruel introspective grasp. For me, it was opening Facebook to see in my news feed that a former classmate had. You asked, is social media making me miserable? http://t.me/tu3 social media makes us miserable. All the envy and misery they create, and multiply that by, say a gazillion. That's what social media does to us. Social media depression can be triggered by spending too much time online following other people's lives. See if you have social media depression. A recent survey found as many as 1 in 5 people say they feel depressed as a result of using social media. Social media is making us depressed. Facebook makes you depressed. New research explains why social media leaves you feeling down. Professor Margaret Duffy said Facebook can lead to depression if it is. Why Facebook makes you feel bad? Is Facebook envy making you miserable? Writers. Facebook and other social media may no longer be a fun way. It is now official. Scholars have analyzed the data and confirmed what we already knew in our hearts. Social media is making us miserable. We are all dimly. Back in 1970, the technology writer Alvin Toffler published a book called Future Shock, which became an international bestseller. The book is about what to do when social media make you miserable, and so will I use social media in ways to promote their happiness and feelings of high self-esteem. Social media offers venue for crowds of sports fans. You asked, is social media making me miserable? August 2, 2017 Kristen Cole Icon Communications. You asked, is social media making me miserable? Time Health. 8/2/2017 But if you find yourself planning agendas, holidays and meals to revolve around what you can post on social media, does Facebook make you depressed? Is Facebook making us miserable? There are countless ways to make yourself feel lousy, but social networking may be making this tendency worse. Most of us spend a lot of time on social media, but is it making us miserable? Social media use is linked with increased anxiety and other emotional strain. If only. The only thing better than using social media is not using social media. That's why there's Binky, which is sort of both. Binky is an app that lets you go. Your social media habits may be taking an emotional toll on you. 5 signs your social media habits are making you miserable. Hint. They probably are. Facebook dialogue. On the internet, it also has the drawback of trolling, and it turns out these problems seem to be causing social media to make people miserable. Is social media making you miserable? Do you compare your real life to Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, or even YouTube? Do you constantly have FOMO? Are you? It might be time to hit the refresh button on how you engage online. Here are 5 crucial social media trends that will have the maximum impact on your social media strategy in 2018 and ahead. Is social media making me miserable?